Hi, I'm Mark Jaynes. Welcome once again to the Bulldog Scouting Report with Monrovia head football coach Andy Olson. And always a good week to talk after a win, a big win over the Cardinal Ritter last Friday night. Let's get, I won't say negative, but let's get the rough stuff out of the way. 3 turnovers the first 4 possessions, and then things kind of settled down quite nicely for you.
Yeah, the first quarter, I'm not real sure what was, going through our heads during that time. It was just a series of unfortunate events, and our kids knew that we were the better program, and what we did was we kind of settled down a little bit in the second quarter, scored 28, and then, we knew what we were capable of, and we didn't let that dictate the rest of the game.
What it boils down to, if you're going to be successful at football, that it's as old as the game itself, you need to be better up front, and I think you were that on both sides of the football.
Yeah, we had a few issues early on. We were letting guys get penetration, and that was part of the concern for the fumbles was, linemen were just a little bit off cue on some of the things they were doing, but, once they figured it out, obviously we would like to start a game on fire and stay on fire the whole time, but once we got it figured out, it was no problem. And then defensively, our line did a good job of putting pressure on the quarterback, but we'd like to see him squeeze down just a little bit more and not give him so much space to run.
Well, it's a team game for sure, but a couple of players that you want to highlight on both sides of the football playing particularly well for you last Friday?
Yeah, one that's working extraordinarily hard. Well, 2 linemen that are working really hard. Brody Clampett, he was, we highlighted him out on the edge with our quick pitch to the side there, and he led block on a few touchdowns, and Connor Deneau has just been really getting after it. And those are a couple of junior linemen too, so it's exciting to have them this year and next.
Mm-hmm. Just a complete game on both sides of the football once we got over the early woes. Got to be happy with the fact that even as the lead started to grow, you didn't really seem to lose your focus. And that happens sometimes when you get a big advantage.
Yeah, and that's what happened right away in the Linton game. I feel like we drove down and scored and thought that we were kings of the world and kind of let off the gas a little bit. So it was nice to see us punch our ticket to the end zone time after time instead of just being content with leading in the game.
No weeks off in the schedule for the Bulldogs. Triton Central comes in with their legendary coach, Tim Abel. Been doing it for a long, long time at a lot of schools. Had success everywhere, certainly at Triton Central. And they got to be riding high after snapping Lutheran's 45-game winning streak last week.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that high. I knew it was an insane number, but Lutheran is an exceptional ball club, and for Triton to be coming off of that win, they're going to be extraordinarily confident coming into this game. So if we just do the little things the right way and work harder than them, which I think we're capable of doing, I think we can come out on top.
Well, the programs kind of mirror one another, and there's several programs in our conference that I think this is true of. Tim Abel suffered some pretty heavy graduation losses last year, and yet obviously still has a very competitive football program, and I think that's where we are, that's where they are. So it's always a good game when these 2 schools get together.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of hard-hitting teams on our schedule, and they're one of the toughest teams that we see all year. So it's going to be a bruise them up kind of game, and hopefully, we can stay injury-free and last the entire game and outlast them.
Ball control, the possession of the football, not turning it over. Penalties, are you where you'd like to be, you think, after practice this week?
This week in practice, we've been pretty sharp, and it's been pretty motivating to see that we're in the middle of the season now. We're in the grind, and we kind of told the kids that this week, like, hey, we can tell, attitudes are shifting a little bit, and things are getting hard, and we know, and so this week, we've kind of made it fun for them, and that's going to continue throughout Thursday practice, and they're ready to go, and they're going to overcome for sure.
We both know that one of the ways you get prepared is how you're challenged every day in practice by your JV, and that program's had a pretty good year so far.
Yeah, undefeated right now. We always say set the tone for varsity for the week because we played Triton Monday night, and they did a good job of setting the tone for Friday for us.
Well, health-wise, I know you've had some people banged up. Are you as good as you've been in that regard to this point?
As of right now, I think everyone's healthy and ready to play.
Kickoff time is 7 p.m. The Bulldogs host Triton Central at Gordon Hadley Field, and as we always say, outscore them.
Absolutely.
For Andy Olson, I'm Mark Jaynes. Thanks for watching.
Go Dogs.